only Mr. Tim Taylor.
Oh, I didn't know I was here tonight. Well, welcome everybody to the new course spotlight tonight. I hope you guys are enjoying your today. This is Wednesday training day with the Great Discovery. So we just got off of a marketing training call. We do that every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. So we do different training on different topics. But followed by that, on both Mondays and Wednesdays, what we do is a new course spotlight. So tonight we have an amazing session for you at a new course spotlight. One of the things that makes the Great Discovery quite simply the most novel e-learning platform in the world, there is nothing like it, is one, our ability to put content out in virtually every language on earth at no cost to the creator. Second, to get your content promoted and literally around the world in 200 countries and territories. And third, to be able to onboard and create content, to take it out of your mind and put it into a cohesive, crystal clear, and powerful and compelling course, even if you've never done it before. The old days where it used to take a year or a month or 3 months to be able to pull your courses together are over, and it's largely due to the hard work of these two gentlemen that are coming up and sharing their new course for you tonight. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to James Moneypenny, our Executive Vice President of Sales, and Ed Garza, the Chief Developer behind many of our AI tools and products. Take it away, fellas.
Thank you, Tim. Hey, folks, it's my personal pleasure to introduce you to my friend, my business partner, and the genius behind our AI platform. This gentleman is actually the original programmer behind our AI Genius platform. And I got to tell you, many of you know he is a technology genius. So he's going to give you an initial overview of this incredible course creation boot camp that we have coming up. You do not want to miss it. It is going to be on July. I'll give you the exact date in a minute. With that, no further ado, Ed, I'm going to turn it over to you.
All right. Thank you, Tim. Thank you, James. Appreciate it, guys. You know, what even gives us the right to even talk about this? Normally, this is a very astute type of concept to be able to put a course together and put your genius out on paper or put it out on the web or get it on a webinar. It takes a lot of thought, a lot of research, and what qualifies us to even talk about this, right? So I want to give you a little bit about my background. You're going to get to know me a little bit and what actually led me down this path. And we're going to start off with a little presentation that I'm going to talk over, okay? And we're going to get to this amazing virtual boot camp, which is an academy level course in the Great Discovery. So let's go ahead and play. And I'm going to tell you a story as this plays here. This is a pictorial fictional character of myself. I was just out of high school and I got involved in speech and debate about my sophomore year after I got hurt. I played baseball. I was very good at it. My freshman year, I batted fourth. I could have been easily a professional baseball player. I grew up playing baseball in Bel Air, the same towns that, Nolan Ryan and a lot of other some familiar faces. And I've had the privilege of being coached by some of these great people as well when I was younger. I grew up in Bel Air, Texas, and my dad wanted me to go to a traditional college. I wanted to go to a theologian college, like a seminary, right? 4 years of study on theology. And I made that my decision. That's what I wanted to do. Well, anyway, I fell in love with debate. I lettered in debate when I was in high school, in addition to baseball. And it's actually, you see the emblem on the right-hand side. It's the National Forensic League, Speech and Debate Honor Society. So I'm at the highest level of at the National Forensic League. I could judge debates. I could judge speech tournaments at the collegiate level if I want to. And sometimes I do that because it's incredibly fun and energetic. Well, anyway, what ended up happening, and how did I even get to that, right? Well, I went to a community college in Houston, and I walked in because my dad wanted me to go to a traditional college. I said, okay, I'll go, right? And so I went, and I was still kind of wondering, should I go to college or should I go to traditional college like the University of Houston, or should I go to theological school? So anyway, bottom line, as you can see, all those trophies, I literally could not fit them in my car. Let me tell you how it happened. I enrolled in a speech tournament at the community college. The first day I was there, they had a sign, and there was about 10 categories, and I enrolled in all 10 categories. The day of the event, it's just you and the judge in the room, nobody else. Nobody's watching you. You're not on stage. You just present, whether it's impromptu speaking, extemporaneous speaking, or humorous or domestic topics, whatever it is. Bible readings, poetry, and impromptu, just so you know. I mean, you don't have time to think about it. You pick three topics, and you could be a piece of gum and 105 degrees on New York sidewalks, and you got to put together a prepared oration just on the fly. So I let it rip, tater chip. Bottom line, at the end of the day, I ended up taking home first place in every category. I couldn't fit the trophies in my car. I had to call my parents to come help me. At that moment, it was very clear that I needed to speak for a living. I don't have any designations that all these people have, this TED Talk stuff and all. Great, great programs, okay? But guys, I've been speaking and filling stages and filling events and helping nonprofits for most of my life. I've been putting crowds together and generating revenue for most of my life. That's what I do. All right. And I'll show you. And I found my purpose, right? I like connecting people. Like these are events that I host, right? Where I bring people together, get them in a room to listen, to engage with me. Raising money. Yes, crazy, right? I'm raising money for breast cancer there. I'm here with who are these girls? I can't even remember. They're not the Hooters, but there's somebody else. But there's the Dukes of Hazzard car behind there. I'm raising money for military here, right? In San Antonio. Okay. Here I am at an event. This young lady that you saw had passed away, left 4 kids behind. I gathered all these people in a matter of 7 days, got volunteers together, and raised over $50,000 for these 4 kids because of my influence of my podcast. These are all the volunteers. We had tons of silent auction items. We had bands. I got barbecue teams together. It was absolutely crazy. These are the kids. They were all left behind by the mom. She had nobody to take care of them. Nobody will take care of the kids. We celebrated. We had a great time that day. We raised a ton of money on silent auction. People were giving away their mileage on their credit cards. The bank donated an ATM machine because there was no way for people to get money, so they brought it before the event. We had 7 bands that donated all their time. It didn't cost us a dime. All the briskets, all the bread, all the potato salad, everything was donated. We pre-sold 1,000 barbecue plates. It was incredible, but I couldn't do it without the volunteers. This story is still documented online, and it was incredible, absolutely incredible. I've spoken at the Houston Wellness Association. I've spoken on stage with Google and a company that I work for, and drove $250,000 in sales over a 4-week period of events that we had in Dallas, Texas. I've spoken on stage in California to my left and also to my right, doing ministry work. Just a variety of things that I've done to speak on stages and get people together, right? These are some of my events where people are connecting and collaborating and making relationships that I put together. I organize these people coming together right here in Tennessee. In 2008, I started a podcast with that white microphone you see there. Over 1,000 interviews, interviewing businesses at trade shows, of all types, 14, 15, 16, 17 years ago, everything that I was doing. So we know what it takes to put together events and to put together courses and evergreen webinars and to drive traffic. So that's why we are doing the Course Creation Virtual Bootcamp. That's why we did the Franklin Bootcamp. That's why we did the book writing bootcamp, because we're good at what we do. We teach well, we instruct, we lay it out on the table, and we give you all that we got. We create with you. We show you how to unearth your courses so you could tell your story. So if you're struggling to transform a brilliant course idea into a structured program, if it feels like you're digging endlessly in the dirt with no clear pathway, or you feel overwhelmed with complexity, our AI platform and our course creation virtual bootcamp, as well as the amazing teachers, myself and James, who is absolutely amazing, the best partner I've ever had in my entire life, guys. He's like my best friend. We work together every single day with my wife here as well. We all get along. Our only goal in life is to empower you, to encourage you to be better constantly. And that's what this course creation virtual bootcamp can do for you. If you have a genius in you, if you have an idea in you, then that's what this is for. Listen, I just created this just today. James doesn't even know about this because I said, oh my gosh, I told my wife, hey, Jeanette, we need to create a bot that can help people create courses, right? So we created this for you. You'll have access to this. It's a creator genius bot. It's your personal course building assistant to guide you step by step in addition to the 5 steps, James. Isn't this incredible? Whether you want to put together transformational courses, webinars, retreats, academies, whether you're just starting with an idea or organizing advanced content, this genius bot can help you plan it, package it, launch it, and educate. They can help you launch your educational experience. On top of that, we also have our brilliant CABS plus R Clarity Coach, which is phenomenal once you understand it. It's like the foundation of what you are doing. And we're going to show you that here in just a minute. So our virtual course creation bootcamp is a academy course. We have a lot of other academies that we're going to talk about, but I want to showcase, I got just a little bit of time here. I want to show you the power of these bots that you'll have access to. First, let's go, James, if I can, to our author lab, and let's just go to the ghostwriter to show you how the ghostwriter can help you put together a course one way. Last weekend, we did a video book. The book was called Lights, Action, Camera. This thread, the video book thread, put the entire book together, and they watched us Saturday do it using just this one conversation here. I started off, right, exactly what I was doing because my expertise is in video marketing and telling stories and unearthing your concept, right? So this ghostwriter put our book together on all sorts of incredible things. Like here's the chapter, right? The chapter by chapter breakdown, right? The power, how video is the new language of digital marketing and the science behind video engagement and social platforms and short videos and traffic engagement and the entrepreneur's toolbox, the course creator's formula, business owners turning attention to action from short form to long form content that converts. So I put all this together, and this book is incredible. And here's the actual breakdown of the chapters. So then it started to write the chapters for me as I tweaked it, and we worked all the way through it, right? So this ghostwriter knows everything about that book. So the great news about this, I could just say, hey, I'd like to put together a course, one that's free, that gets people engaged. So could you create some modules for me and some ideas so I can start to put together my outline? And I could just put that right in there because it already knows, right? It's like having a team of 50 people that already know how to write everything. They know my style, they know my voice, they know my topics, they know everything about me. Watch this. Boom. This is going to be a free one, a free course. It's going to brainstorm, it's going to look at everything that's talked about, and it's going to start writing it. That's the power of our bots, James. Free
Hey,
course on video marketing.
you can even upload, like if you already have a book or content or something, right, Ed?
Yes.
You just upload it and it'll automatically learn all of it.
This is based on my book, right? So it's putting everything in here, engagement and retention ideas. Would you like further breakdowns like lesson objectives and worksheet ideas and community guidelines on any modules, right? So yeah, let's put together some lesson objectives, right? So I'll just copy the lesson objectives and I'll just say, please. Okay. Boom, lesson objectives, done. But it's based on my genius. You understand? It started with my genius. Here's the lesson objectives to module 1, to lesson 2, the lesson 3, the lesson 3, the lesson 4, and so on. But you know, this started with a process. And this process is what we take people through in our course Bootcamp. One other example, so you can see it real quick, and that is the CABS plus R coach. And the CABS plus R coach is a chat bot. And let's just put it up here in the search, and we'll just type in CABS. There he is. Cute little guy. So the CABS plus coach, for example, is designed to help you create a specific thread that is trained on your company. And it's going to ask you 15 questions. Who is your ideal client and what specific problem keeps them up at night? Let's just ask it. Can you list all 15 questions for me so I can see them? See if it does. Ah, yeah, it does. Look at that. Yeah. It's got the knowledge base, right? So here it is. Here's the questions. So there's, who is your ideal client? What daily struggles do they have? You're going to answer these questions, right? What specific measurable outcomes going to happen with when they learn about your solution in your course? Or what's the time frame? How long is it going to take them to exceed that transformation? And what's their life going to be like afterwards? And what new opportunities are going to open up for them? How will others perceive them differently? What's your unique solution to the problem? What makes your approach different from others? And what are the key components that really make it work? And what beliefs or obstacles prevent them from solving their problem now? And what common objections do they have? Right? So once you answer these questions, it's incredible what happens. For example, we didn't do it in that platform, but James and I have a client in Dallas, Texas, and they do debt management. Very critical topic. In other words, there's a lot of laws that they got to be careful of because there's obviously a lot of scam and debt management, right? There's a lot of scam and debt repair or credit repair, but this is a government agency that's sponsored by government. We did the entire CABS process with this gentleman. He's a good friend of mine. He's like a surrogate father to me. And we're handling everything for him. But look, we've already trained this in the CABS platform, so it could do anything. It knows everything about this company. I could just say, write me a LinkedIn article on business debt, tap into the emotional map and empathy map that we've talked about before. So this is like having, I mean, really, I could write it just by asking that, and it knows exactly how to write it with my style, within the law and the language that this company desires. That's the beautiful part of it, right? Look at this language. I'm just going to read the headlines. Facing the hidden cost of business debt, a leader's journey from stress to strategy. The unspoken strain, the trap of going alone, There's strength in reaching out, right? Work together. We can help you restore your peace of mind. If you're carrying the silent weight of business debt, you're not alone. The way forward starts with a conversation. Look at that. I mean, it's beautiful language. So, guys, this is what we were going to unearth for you in our boot camps. The course creation boot camp is one of my favorite ones, guys, because I get to show you guys how to create a course and unearth your story. So if you're on the fence for whatever reason there are, it's time to put the excuses away, pick up the shovel, and stick it in the dirt. I mean, look, for only $99, you get this boot camp. James, I'm going to turn it over to you to talk about the value of this boot camp and then the value of our mastermind. If somebody's really serious on not just creating one course, but multiple courses or books or creating a legacy, because we have generated, for example, to date, and we're on track this year to make well over $300,000 in sales in the Great Discovery from our courses and our subscription products. So I think we know what we're doing, right? For my Google events that I've done in the past, I've driven $250,000 in sales. Okay, we know how to take a concept and unearth it so you could tell your story and make your dreams come true, whether it's financially or it's just because you love teaching. Whatever your goal is, we could help you achieve it. James, back to you, brother.
Absolutely. So, hey, thanks everyone for being here tonight. This boot camp, this course creation boot camp, if you have been thinking about writing a course, you already have courses, you want to write another course, create another course, this is going to compress the time frame that it takes to create a course down to one weekend instead of working on it for months and months or procrastinating on it for months and months. We're going to take you through every step of the way to create your course, get it on the Great Discovery, get you on a course spotlight ASAP, and start helping you make sales. And as Ed mentioned, it's only $99. I'm going to put a link to it here in the chat box in a moment. If you were at the book boot camp, you already have a lot of the material that you want to need to go ahead and get your course up, because we went through this with you during the book writing boot camp. So why not take that, turn it into a course, and start monetizing it right away? You could actually include your book as part of the course that you're selling and charge a little extra money for it. But here's the thing. You guys have probably noticed that Ed and I are doing a lot of boot camps. One way for you to have access to all of our boot camps is without having to pay any additional money, is being part of our mastermind. Now, why would you want to be part of our mastermind? Our mastermind is really for people who want to seriously elevate their skills in AI, because Ed and I are interested in training the trainer. You heard Ed just say, we did the calculations based on the subscription sales and the course sales that we've done so far with the Great Discovery. If we don't increase our percentage sales, we just maintain, we're on track to sell over $300,000 in revenue through the Great Discovery this year, between our course sales and the subscription sales that we brought into the company. 300,000. And we're barely getting started. Yes. Are we going to have growth? Yes. But those projections are made without any growth. And here's the thing. You guys have heard me mention this before. When I did the research on AI training, can somebody mute that person? I've got a lot of background noise here from someone. So when I've done my research on AI training and other training, I found that the demand for training in AI is growing 1,000% faster than any other industry in the world combined. All other training combined, the AI training is in demand, growing 1,000 times faster than all other training combined. When you look at job postings, over 60% of the job postings now demand AI experience and certifications. And the contracts companies are awarding and the government is awarding, almost all of those are requiring AI experience and AI certifications. So how are you going to make yourself more valuable in the world? Get some AI training and AI certifications. If you really want the top, tippity top certifications through the Great Discovery and what we're doing in AI Genius, join our mastermind. That's the only way you're going to be able to get the very top certifications. Why? Because you have to have more one-on-one time with Ed and I. You have to have more group training with our community who's going to help support you in learning what you need to learn to be an expert in AI. And I will tell you, what we're doing is beyond imagination. You know, you can do the same thing Ed and I are doing. You can create your own AI courses and put them on the Great Discovery. People like to learn from people they connect with. And so, yes, some people will connect with Ed and I. Some people will connect with you based on your background, your culture, your experience, your personality. And we need you to be part of this because Ed and I cannot do all of it. So I tell you, if you want to be part of the mastermind, we're keeping these groups really small, 7 people, maybe 10 in that. And Ed just brought up our channel. So if you do want to join our mastermind, you can find it on our channel. I've got some links here I'll post in the chat. Or it looks like Ed's already posted them in the chat. But there's a link for the course creation bootcamp. It's only $99. And then a link for our mastermind. And in this mastermind, we're going to teach you how to program chats, how to create some of your own apps, you're going to have access to tools, a toolbox that we're not giving to anyone else except for our mastermind members. And I'll go ahead and bring this up again here for you all to see, which is where you would go to subscribe. And it's on the Great Discovery. I just put the links in again. Ed put them in there a little bit earlier. But if you want to subscribe for the mastermind, you just go to our AI Genius channel. And then you click on memberships. And you'll see this particular mastermind class. Now, we only listed a few of the things that we're doing here, but all these things are exclusive to you, members of the mastermind, where you have one-on-one time with Ed and I, you have group meetings, you have full access to all of our AI rad chat box, and you can instantly connect with so many other coaches that will not be available to anyone else. You'll unlock exclusive bonus chat bots, bi-monthly meetings with Ed and I in a very small group. So you get a lot of one-on-one attention, plenty of time to ask questions, plenty of time to practice what we teach you. When we do these big group meetings, there's no way that we can help 30 or 40 people practice what they're doing and answer all those questions. Then in a group of 7 to 10, we can do that. And you'll be exclusively invited to those meetings. Direct assistance on our mastermind sessions, advanced prompt engineering toolkit. No one else is going to receive this unless they are part of our mastermind program. Full support on all AI Genius Club taps. So there's only 2 of us, me and Ed. So if you want really one-on-one training on our taps, you need to be part of the mastermind so we can really help elevate you and elevate your experience. Community connection. We're going to be building more of these mastermind teams over time. So starting out, it's going to be 7 to 10 people. But as they graduate, you'll actually be able to join a community of other people who are graduates that, you know, like all the people that have joined so far, they're inspired to help other people learn. And you'll have access to me, Ed, and our growing team of AI experts. So it's going to be a huge community connection and networking and just team support complete content creation ecosystem. So just about anything you can imagine. You want to build a funnel. You want to integrate that into your CRM. You're wanting to be able to do blast marketing, those kinds of things. We can't teach every person in the Great Discovery, and we have something over 6,000 people in the Great Discovery now. We can't spend one-on-one time with all those people, but if you're part of our mastermind, we will spend one-on-one time with you. So yes, I encourage you to join the course creation bootcamp, but if you'd like to have access to all of our boot camps, no additional charge, join our mastermind. Links in the chat. With that, we'll open it up for questions and be happy to expand on what we've been talking about tonight. Any questions, anyone? If you have a question, please raise your hand.
So we have an upcoming boot camp. That may be a question like somebody may ask, hey, do you have another boot camp plan? Yes, we do. It's a AEO, Ask Engine Optimization funnel building website. Yeah, it's a funnel building workshop. Okay, how to build a marketing funnel, how to build out chat bots so that you can build your own chat bots. If you want to offer chat bots to the business community, you can sell them. A friend of mine who owns a company actually sold one to my local city here in Franklin, Tennessee. And he sold a chatbot to them called Frankie for Franklin, and he sold it for over $100,000. Our chatbot system can do just the same or even better. So the point being, there's a huge demand for businesses. They need help. Bring them into the Great Discovery, bring them into the AI Genius Club, and help them. They don't want to fish on their own. They want you to fish for them. All right?
Exactly.
We could teach them how to fish all day long, but sometimes businesses, you bring them into the Great Discovery, we already know that people can't create their own courses. They've bought a lifetime course creation pack and they've never put their course together. Why? A lot of reasons. No, it's not that anybody's lazy. No, that's not it. It's just it takes effort and technical skills and a lot of just a lot of moving parts, right? Businesses just need help. That's why we have the concierge program. That's why we have trainings on how to do courses. That's why the whole team of the Great Discovery does a great job of getting people's courses onboarded, right? Because that's important. So anyway, we appreciate you guys.
All right. Well, I don't see any questions. Let me just double check here. Don't see any hands raised for questions. So with that, we're going to go ahead and turn it over to the one and only Tim Taylor, our co-CEO. Tim, thank you so much for allowing us to be here. Your lips are moving marvelously, but we don't hear a word.
How about now?
Now we can hear you.
That's
Loud and
better.
clear.
Well, great job, fellas. And I hope you guys are good. Tune into their boot camps. They've got some fantastic things that are just going to move you up to the next level, and be able to increase your efficiency in everything that you do. Great stuff. Coming up this weekend, we have a live speaker training summit that is up, and I hope you check your inbox for that, for your own registration for a link for that. Going to be a great session. It's a global summit. We've got people coming in from all over the world. Fantastic training on there. I hope you'll join in. Tomorrow night's affiliate night. In fact, we've got affiliate events first thing in the morning at 9 a.m. Eastern right here on tgdmeet.com, hosted by the great Alex Hitt coming in from Japan. And then we're going to be back on tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. And I think we also have a live networking summit. Isn't that tomorrow at noon or so?
Noon Eastern, yes. Invite people.
Okay, remember the closeout for the you can save $150 on the new course creator and marketers suite is going to be wrapping up at the end of June. So I hope you guys will take advantage of that also. And with that, everybody, thank you so much for joining in. Thanks, guys. See y'all tomorrow. Have